Your Cause, written by Neil Johnson. Introduction. Every day, people around the world burn a huge amount of gasoline as they drive their cars and trucks. As a matter of fact, in 2005, more than 870 million gallons of gasoline were burned. In the United States alone, people burned more than 380 million gallons, or 44% of the amount of gasoline burned in the world. Year after year, the amount of gasoline people consume just keeps increasing. But this gasoline apparently can last forever. The world supply of gasoline is limited. Someday we will run out of the oil that used to make gasoline. By some estimates, the world only has about 120 years of oil left. Some oil supplies experts estimate that after about 2050, oil production will begin dropping, and by 2125, oil will be scarce. Running out of gasoline is not the only problem. Our gasoline abilities because the gasoline we burn to drive our cars and trucks release pollutants into the air. Most scientists believe these pollutants trap extensive heat near Earth's surface. This heat is a major cause of global warming, which is slowly heating up the Earth's atmosphere, changing the weather patterns and melting Earth's ice sheets and glaciers. This does not paint a very bright picture for people driving gasoline-powered cars, so inventors live toward solving the present-day problem of global warming and the future problem of running out of oil, are looking for new ways to power cars and trucks. They are looking for alternative fuels and inventing cars that can run on these fuels. This book is about possible fuels on the future and vehicles that can use these fuels. Solar power cars. Most of the energy we use comes from the big star in our sky, the sun. Even coal and oil, because they come from things that were once living, got their energy from the sun, where we burn coal, oil, and gasoline made from oil. We are actually releasing energy from the sun, energy that has been stored in these fuels for long periods of time. It's also important to know that it took millions of years for coal and oil to form. For this reason, when these fuels are used up, supplies cannot be replaced quickly. Scientists have found a way to change radiant energy from the sun directly into electricity. That's right, electricity can be made from sunlight. This electricity then can be used to light cities and power cars. This is possible because our solar cells. You have already seen solar cells on calculator. They are also used to supply electricity to spacecraft and to devices found where no source of electricity exists. Solar cells do not get used up as batteries do. Instead, they keep on supplying electricity as long as there is light energy for the cells to absorb. A group of solar cells placed together is a solar panel. Solar panels are placed on the roofs of buildings. They can also be attached to satellites and space stations. A solar power core is covered with solar panels. All these panels produce enough energy to run a special motor in solar core, light homes, and supply stations with all its energy. And all of these energies come without releasing pollutants into the air. Why aren't we powering our cars with solar cells, you may ask? The first reason is the cost of manufacturing solar cells. Scientists have not found a way to inexpensively manufacture electricity, so while sunlight as a fuel is free, the cost of manufacturing the solar cells to convert this free energy to electricity offsets the saving. Energy output is another issue. While newer solar cells produce more energy than the first model did, they still cannot equal the energy produced by burning gasoline in an engine. The top speed of a typical solar-powered car is about 60 miles per hour, 96.6 kilometers per hour. Even then, it takes hundreds of solar cells to generate enough electrical power to reach this speed. Then, of course, there is the issues of night driving and low sunlight days for cars to operate around the clock. There has to be a way of storing the energy produced during daylight hours for use when there is no sunlight. There has to be a backup power supply. All the time, all these problems may be solved, and with all supplies diminishing, you can safely bet that an army of scientists is working on solving this problem. In fact, every year, teams of students from colleges and in the United States and Canada compete in a North American race of solar power cars. It is events like this that continue to push advanced solar cell technology. Hydrogen power cars, elements or simple substances from which all the things on Earth are made. There are just 92 natural elements, and they combine to make thousands of others of substances, such as water, plastic, and sugar. Hydrogen is both the largest and the most abundant of these 92 elements. As a pure element, it exists in the gaseous state of matter you cannot see, and it has no odor. Hydrogen is one of the elements that make up water, and we all know how abundant water is, since it covers almost 75% of Earth's surface. It's also found in all living things, including plants and animals, as well as remains of all living things. Hydrogen reacts or combines well with other elements to make new substances. When combined with other elements, it releases energy. It is the energy that hydrogen reaction releases that has scientists so excited. Scientists imagine someday filling coal gas tanks with hydrogen gas instead of liquid gasoline. But hydrogen is not found in a pure form on Earth. So where will we get this hydrogen? Well, most of the obvious places is from water. Water is made up from two elements, oxygen and hydrogen. All elements are made of tiny particles called atoms. Atoms of hydrogen and oxygen are held together by a chemical bond that make new substances, water. Breaking these bonds produces pure hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen can be then used as a fuel. There are several ways to break and bond between the hydrogen and oxygen atoms in water. One way is to use a charge of electricity energy to break the bond. Another way is to use the extreme heat. Other substances like methane and natural gas are made of hydrogen along with oxygen and another element called carbon. Heat from steam can break a bond between hydrogen atoms and the atoms of carbon and oxygen. This also produces poured hydrogen. Once you have poured hydrogen, you can use it to power cars and trucks. Pure hydrogen is used in one of two ways. One way is to burn it in an engine in much the same way that cars burn gas. The other way is to use this to make electricity that can then power vehicles. Electric cars that can use hydrogen have fuel that make less electricity. These cells are somewhere like Batteries. In a fuel cell, hydrogen is combined with oxygen to form water. Then the two elements join together. They release in the form of electricity. This energy can be used to power all kinds of vehicles, no matter how hydrogen is used. It's combined with oxygen to release its energy and put water. It's the only waste product. Since the water is not a pollutant, it does not harm the environment. This fact, along with abundance of water on Earth, make hydrogen a great alternative fuel, although a lot more research is needed to make it work well. Battery power cars. Scientists are currently working on cars that are powered entirely by rechargeable chemical batteries. If you look under the hood of one of these cars, you will find an electric motor. Under the hood of a gasoline-powered car, you will find the hoses that carry water to a cool engine and exhaust pipes that carry waste products. By the contrast, there is a mass of electric car. There is no need to cool the engine, and there are no exhaust gases that pollute the air. Instead of driving your car up to a gas pump to fill the tank with gasoline, you simply unplug the battery-powered car to an outlet to recharge the car's battery, and instead of fuel bill, you pay an electric bill. Hybrid cars have an electric motor and a small gasoline engine. They both provide kinds of power to run a car. The electric motors on the batteries, but the motors have the ability to draw electricity from the batteries, as well as put electricity back into the batteries. This means that the batteries do not have to be plugged into an electric source for recharging. The electric motor, when not powering the car, is putting energy back into the batteries. Ethanol powered cars. Ethanol is an alternative fuel that's gaining popularity in many places around the world. What makes ethanol so popular? That it is a renewable resource. Fuels like coal and oil cannot be renewed. Once they are used up, they are gone forever. Ethanol can be made up from plant and animal material. Most ethanol is made from grain crops like corn, barley, sorghum. Ethanol is also made from the potatoes and sugar canes. It can also be made from ground up wood and other plant and animal materials. So if we want to produce more ethanol, we just have to plant more crops like corn and sugarcane. In a matter of months, the crops has grown, can be harvested, then used to make ethanol. To make ethanol from a biomass means changing the plant matter into sugar. The sugar is then changed to alcohol in a process called fermentation. The diagram below shows the steps of one way of making ethanol from corn. Pure ethanol can be burned in vehicles with special engines designed to burn it, or it can be mixed with gasoline, then burned in a regular engine. When ethanol is mixed with gasoline, it reduces the consumption of fossil fuel and reduces pollution. What's in the future? One thing you will have concluded by now is that the supply of oil to make gasoline won't last forever. You can look at the ways to make the current oil supplies last longer by conserving gasoline. This can be done by driving cars with great fuel efficiency, carpooling, or simply driving less. Whatever we do to conserve, we still have to plan for the day when there will be no oil for making gasoline. Scientists are not hard at work seeking alternative means for powering our cars and trucks, with the popular choice being ethanol, hydrogen, solar energy, or chemical batteries. The alternative that wins are likely or depend on the economic factors. Two important economic factors will be the cost to produce the alternative power supply and eventual cost of the alternative fuel to the driver. What do you think will be using to power to car when you are 70 years old?
No way! You got a perfect score?